For 27 through 34, we're asked to find the function value for functions f, g, and k. F, G, H, and K. F and G and H are equations that are given here, and K of x is a function whose graph is given on the right. All right, so we're going to start with number 27, and we're going to find the value of G of -3. So just to highlight, we'll be using the definition of G of x, and G of x is equal to x squared minus 4x. So G of -3 is equal to -3 squared minus 4 times -3. We just replace each x in the equation with -3. -3 squared is 9, and then -4 times -3 is positive 12. So 9 plus 12 is the value of G of -3, which is 21. For number 28, we'll be using the definition for f of x. F of x is -2 times x plus 3, so f of 1 is -2 times 1 plus 3. -2 times 1 is -2, and if we add 3 to that, we get 1, so f of 1 is equal to 1. For 29, we are using the definition for h. So h of x is 3 times x divided by x plus 1. So h of -1 is 3 times -1 divided by -1 plus 1. That's -3 divided by 0. And division by 0 is not defined, so h of -1 is undefined. For number 30, we're asked to find k of 2, so we'll be using the definition in graph form of k of x. K of 2 implies that we are replacing x with 2. So on the graph, I'm going to find a point where x is equal to 2, and that point has a y value of -2. So k of 2 is equal to -2. Your answer is not an ordered pair, but it reflects an ordered pair. The x is in the parentheses next to the function. That indicates that that is the value of x, and what that function value equals is the value of y. For number 31, we're going to be using the definition for f of x. And so f of x is -2x plus 3. So f of 5w is -2 times 5w plus 3. -2 times 5w is -10w, and since we have unlike terms, that is the only combining that we can do, or the only simplification that can be done. For number 32, we are finding g of m-3. For 32, we're finding g of m-3, so we're going to use the definition for g of x. And everywhere where there's an x, I'll replace the x with m-3. So m-3 squared is m squared minus 3m minus 3m plus 9. And then when we distribute the multiplication to m-3, we get -4m plus 12. Those first 4 terms here come from foiling m-3 times m-3. Now we can combine all like terms together and get m squared minus 3m minus 3m and minus 4m combined to -10m, and 9 and 12 combined to 21. So g of m-3 is m squared minus 10m plus 21. In number 33, we are looking for f of negative 4m plus 5. So we're going to use the definition for f of x, which is up here. So f of x is negative 2 times x plus 3. F of negative 4m plus 5 is 2 times negative 4m plus 5 plus 3. So multiplying and then simplifying by combining like terms, we get negative am plus 13 is what f of negative 4m plus 5 is equal to. In 34, we are looking for what value of k is k of x equal to 1. It's important to realize here that we are not being asked to substitute a value of 1 in the place of x. This is a substitution in the place of y, and we are looking for the value of x. So we're going to go back up to the graph of k of x here, and we're going to look at y values equal to 1. So if I draw a horizontal line right through the graph of k of x, each of these points that intersect the graph have a y value of 1. And the ordered pairs here are 5, 1 and negative 3, 1. So the x values that we are looking for are negative 3 or positive 5. You can put that in the set notation if you wish, since it's the solution to the equation k of x is equal to 1. All right, in numbers 35 through 38, we are asked to find the function value for a piecewise function. It's important to recognize here that 5 is the value of x. Since we're looking for the value of g of x, 5 is a replacement for x. 5 is a number that is greater than 2, so g of 5 is equal to 2. For 36, negative 1 is a value that is on the interval less than or equal to negative 1. So that means that g of negative 1 is negative 1 squared plus 1, which is 1 plus 1, or 2. For number 37, 0 is a number that is on the interval between negative 1 and 2. So g of 0 is 3 times 0 minus 1, which is 0 minus 1. And g of 0 is negative 1. For number 38, we need to figure out where 2 fits in. And 2 fits in on this same interval up here because 2 is included in the interval between negative 1 and 2. So g of 2 is equal to 3 times 2 minus 1, or g of 2 is equal to 5.